Oh, so close. One. Dang it. Ah, no. How? Dude, oh my god. I don't die to that click. Are you? Stop! Are you? No! You! Whoa! No! What? $74. Oh.
Diet 15?
All I do is win.
Yeah, that's all I do is win, no matter what.
I
All
had
this
12%
diet
pass
fucking
rate on
40%
70
again.
on Accu.
I have a 0% pass rate of 100%.
Guess who died at the last ship again? Me!
God.
Oh man, that's really a shame.
Watch, I'm gonna die again, watch.
I like how he didn't die, and now he's far. Okay, wait, me and Carter are both far. Dude, I can do it!
Guess who predicted that they're gonna die at 40? Me!
I need a death in.
I need to die.
Pickle? What? What? Pickle? What?
I literally called you on Steam. How
Yeah,
did you
this dude
tank
called me
it?
on Steam at like 60%.
How did you just tank it? What the fuck?
What was that?
Okay, good.
What is happening, bro? What is happening?
Awesome day.
What was that sound? What am I listening to? Okay, guys, I beat Ethereal Artifice. Look from 64. Hello, welcome to my new video format. So pretty much, I just wanted to start doing this, start talking about the levels rather than being like, push this out this, here's my rating, here's my enjoyment, put it on the sheet, die. I wanted to talk about it. I like talking about levels. So in a way, this is kind of inspired by AI Nair's like thing where he just sits down and talks about levels. So Ethereal Artifice is a level that I really like and I have a lot of history with, as you saw from the video. I tried picking it up one time, like over a year ago. I didn't realize how much of a like angry player I used to be. I used to take the game so seriously and get mad about every single death, and you can see where it took me, because you know, we got into like the hardest crisis with the proton launcher, not being able to do anything. Now that I play much more casually and I don't care about the game as much, not to say I don't love it, but I've been doing so much better because I don't stress about every single death on every level. So it's really helping me here. Ethereal Artifice, I would normally just say like what it pushes out of my top anything, but really everything is just insignificant. So, Ethereal Artifice is probably one of my favorite levels of all time. The gameplay, obviously, you know, lots of people like to say the gameplay is like the best thing ever. Like, it is highly regarded as one of the most high quality gameplay extremes out there. So that's what made me gravitate towards it at first, but I had a really hard time, got really unlucky. So then I went for the second try back in like November of last year, like right after Proton Launcher or something. And it went like, I only found 2 like death clips on there. I don't know how much of that level I actually played, but I didn't do it. I ended up just not. And then I came back. I was originally having a plan to do the alphabet after Cold Sweat, and I was like, well, I already have a level planned for E that's like hard, so I don't want to do Ethereal Artifice, but I need to get that done. So I just did that first after Cold Sweat, and then I ended up canceling the alphabet because I don't hate myself. I'm just going to talk about the level real quick. The gameplay, like I said, it's very good. Notably, like the middle section. I'm just gonna go through these parts real quick. The pre-drop is one of the weaker sides of the level. The first half of the pre-drop is like alright, and then you get into the second half of the pre-drop, and it's this weird like open slop gameplay that I just don't really understand, but it's 100% consistent anyway. That doesn't really matter. But once you get to the drop, I guess, which is at like 20, that part's like okay. It's a very like, it's like jumbled around. There's a lot of like switches really quickly, not like the gameplay, but like the actual like feel of the level, like the atmosphere, the deco and stuff. They like switch between different things very quickly. It's interesting. And then you get into the second part of that where it's like the red, and you got like the UFO and the wave and the duel, and then that swing copter is what ends it. So that swing copter transition with like the ship after it was the hardest part for me when I first went for this over a year ago. That was like my absolute like nightmare. I died there so often, and I think that's why I was getting so mad, because getting far was rare. So after that you get into the red part, which is split into 2. That red part at the beginning is like alright, and the second red part is actually pretty nice. It's got like this wall and the wave, and then you go into the switch, which is the green part at 45. So that green part, the very first green part, is like so menacingly evil. What am I saying? It's like really hard to look at. That doesn't make sense either. It's really intimidating. Whenever I first went for the level, it was like what kind of prevented me from wanting to go for it, and I kind of just had to push myself, because once you get it, it's free. But that part is one of the hardest parts in the level, and then you go into this like you just keep going with this like average gameplay, and eventually you get into this break part, I guess. It's got like, it's much darker, and then after that part you get into Platinum, which is the part that absolutely cooked me the first round. Platinum is the hardest part of the level by far. It's got some really awkward clicks, like it's got that one ship click, it's got the cube timings into the ship, and then that wave at the end is also very awkward. So that part is probably my least favorite part of the level and the hardest part, and it cooked me. Like, I don't know how I didn't die there at all this time around, because you didn't know, bro. I got to 45 like 3 times this whole time, including my winning attempt. So I like died right, like I got spawn killed at 45 basically, and then I got 64, and then my next attempt to 45 was a clear. So I flew Platinum, which is insane. Like, that is ridiculous, bro. But after Platinum, you get into like, I mean, the last 2 parts of the levels are just pretty like calm, easy parts of the level. The first half of that is like the neon green part, where it's just like don't choke simulator, and then you have the last part, which is kind of hard, but that was the part that caused some issues for my desk and my vocal cords. But I'm not like that anymore. I don't get as mad as I used to. I get mad, but it used to be really bad. Like, I think Geometry Dash as a game has made me a more frustrated person, and I've worked on that over the years to kind of like stop. But anyway, that's the gameplay. I ended up giving a 9 out of 10. So it would be a 10 if it didn't have some of like the parts that bring it down, like Platinum, the pre-drop. But yeah, it's a really solid level gameplay wise. Now Deco, I think the Deco video is really aged. Like, obviously it's like some time old. It's maybe 4 or 5 years old or something, and you can tell it's just like mid 2.1 deco. But I think what brings it up to an 8 out of 10 for me is the theming. It's not necessarily like Ethereal Artifice, like what the heck is an Ethereal Artifice, but the fact that the first half of the level is like this red color scheme, and then at 45 you like see it flip to green and the rest of the level is green. It's so like interesting. Like, I don't know how else to like explain it, but that like effect where it just completely flips halfway through the level, I think it's really cool. And the song I also gave an 8 out of 10 because it's just a solid song. It's not like crazy, but it's also not bad or boring. It stays interesting the whole time, so I like it. It ended up placing in like my top 6 favorite levels ever based on the scores, so it is one of my favorites in a while. I think the last time I've beaten a level that's like in my top 5 was X84, so been playing a lot of mid stuff. Anyway, right now I have 2 more extremes that I've already beaten and haven't made videos for because I am a professional procrastinator, so expect those soon. This video should have came out 2 or 3 days ago, but it didn't. Yeah, pretty much what happened is I beat 4 extremes including Cold Sweat, so it was like Cold Sweat, Ethereal Artifice, and the other 2, and I still hadn't even made the Cold Sweat video yet, so I've been behind for a little bit, but I'm grinding those out now, so this will come out today. I'm gonna get the other 2 soon. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please hit the subscribe button so we can hit 2K before the end of the year. That would be awesome, and I will see you guys. Peace.